I'm James Parker, and this is Florida Story. Thank you. All right, for our first Florida story, I want you to think of your Nana. Now, your Nana doesn't live in Daytona, but this Nana does. She's 76 years old. Grandpa is 77 years old. And you love your Nana. She's a sweet old lady. And I'm talking about, Nana. She has a secret family recipe for sugar cookies, right? She sets up the little miniature Christmas village in her house every year for the holidays. That Nana. You didn't know what Nana's capable of, because Grandpa's been sick for a few years and he's been battling his health issues. And 3 weeks ago, he got some bad news from the doctor, and he made a pact with Nana. He said, if this last round of treatment doesn't work and I take a turn for the worst, you know what to do. And Nana says, yep, I know what to do. And unfortunately, the latest treatment didn't work. And Grandpa did take a turn for the worst. So on a Saturday, 10:30 in the morning, Nana goes in the hospital. She says her goodbyes to Grandpa. She does what she has to do. Yes, Nana shot Grandpa in the head, killing him instantly, obviously. And it's a mercy kill. And we believe this was a murder-suicide pact, because she tells everyone else to leave the room. And then she closes the door, locks it, barricades herself in, and turns the gun on herself. However, Nana can't find it in herself to pull the trigger for that last time. So hospital security shows up and they try and talk her out. The cops show up. They try and talk her out. 2 hours later, the SWAT team shows up, and the SWAT team doesn't really negotiate so well. They just do what they do. So they beat down the door. The SWAT team throws in a flash bang grenade to knock out Nana. So it does the big blink, couple of concussive blasts. Nana is disoriented. The SWAT team blasts in. They take the gun out of her hands. Nana's in custody. Nana, who thinks she's being naughty when she sneaks a couple of packs of Sweet and Low in her purse after lunch at Luby's. You know that Nana? You never expected when you were visiting Nana for the holidays or staying with her for a weekend during the summer that she was going to one day put a gun to Grandpa's head and end it. And then she was supposed to turn the gun on herself. And there was a murder-suicide pact. You never know what people are capable of. Nana is currently in jail facing first-degree murder charges.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. For our next Florida story, I can't figure this one out. This is in Miami Gardens, and a guy is sitting in his car. Now, this guy, I'm not saying he's an angel. He must have done something wrong, or I assume he's done something wrong, to have someone come up and shoot him through the car window. The reason why this is making it on Florida Stories is because after the guy shoots the dude waiting in his car, he jumps on a moped and makes an escape. Now, I've never seen like a drive-by shooting done on a moped. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying I've never seen it.
And police are telling us that a man in his car was shot in the neck earlier this evening. The person who opened fire then fled this scene on a moped.
And I just got to think, man, times are tough everywhere. You know, inflation, the economy, people are making cutbacks everywhere. And it's so bad now that we have Haitian gangsters doing drive-by shootings on mopeds. And that's not where you want to be. You know, when you're a little kid growing up and you dream about being a gangster, you know, you dream about urban city drug wars. You know, you don't imagine yourself on a moped. But, you know, that's if you don't study hard and put in the hours and learn your lessons, this is where you end up, kids, doing your drive-bys on a moped. Something tells me we're not going to hear about this being bragged about on any rap songs. You know, yeah, doing a drive-by, rolling down the street in my 6'4" moped. Real cool. Real intimidating. You're such a gangster.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
For our next Florida story, we're going to Disney Springs. This is a weird one just because it requires the participant to be so amazingly stupid and gullible. It's almost unbelievable, but it happened in Disney Springs. There's this guy that's working at a gas station overnight. And, you know, the cream of the crop of society isn't working the graveyard shift at a gas station in their mid-30s. But, hey, this is where we're at. And so the guy gets a call. He's working there by himself. There's not even any customers. The lights are on and all, but it's a slow day. And the guy on the other end of the phone says, hey, I'm your boss's boss. And he actually knows the name of the boss and the boss's boss. And he's never met him before. He's only worked at this gas station for 3 weeks. But he is being warned that the fire marshal is making a surprise inspection in a couple hours, and he needs him to check on some things. Okay. So he goes and checks. Hey, take a picture of the fire extinguisher label and send it to me. Take a picture of some of these other ledgers. I don't know, safety crap around the gas station, and send it to me. And so after about 4 or 5 things that I don't know what they are, he asks him, okay, now go open the safe and get the money out. And so he goes and he opens the safe and he gets the money out. He's like, well, what do you want me to do with this? He's like, well, look, can you send me this money? We need to get this money out of here. The voice on the phone tells him to go to the nearest bit stop. It's one of these ATM machines where you put in cash and it throws it into a crypto account for you. And so this guy drives around until he can find one. And when he does it, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and he just leaves the gas station unattended in his car with the front door unlocked. He doesn't even lock the door. He thinks he's in some sort of emergency. He's being swindled over here. So he's like, oh my God, better hurry. So he runs off to the nearest, he finds a bit stop ATM, puts in over $2,000. And then he's like, okay, now what? And the guy's like, well, you know what? Go F yourself. You just got scammed, and hangs up. And so now the guy's like, uh-oh, I'm in big trouble. Well, he goes back to the gas station, and there's already a cop there. Cop's like, yeah, I noticed when there was no cars in the parking lot and no human being inside or out and all the lights were on, it looked weird. So I went and pushed and the front door was unlocked. So I've just been sitting here for an hour and a half almost watching an unattended gas station, and other cops are on the way. And so, of course, the boss, the real boss, actually gets a call from the cops, comes down, not very happy. Home Skillet, the guy that got scammed, is fired instantly. There's no charges that are going to be pressed because while this is amazingly stupid and a theft did occur, you can't be held accountable for being completely dumb. Imagine being the poor journalist that has to write this headline. I mean, wouldn't you double check this, triple check this, quadruple check this? Like, are you sure this really happened? I've worked in Florida and I've written some crazy headlines, but even by Florida standards, this is insane. Here's the headline. Disney Springs gas station has more than $2,000 stolen when employee falls for telephone scam at 3 a.m. Oh, yeah, that old story. Not another one of those.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
For our next Florida story, we're going to Martin County, Florida, where there is a residential treatment center for troubled children and adolescents. There's about 130 people residents, and about 50 of them decided they were going to get into a big old fat riot. They broke some furniture, they broke some windows, did a lot of property damage, a lot of graffiti. 8 of them escaped. 5 of them have been caught. 3 of them are still missing. And this is a treatment center for, to help kids with their bad behavior. So I guess we can say safely that it's not working.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
All right, for our next Florida story, this one is going to happen down in Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. He's 54, she's 40. We go to Local 10 for the report.
So I guess you can call this pair the suspected booze bandits, and boy, did they have a whole lot of liquor.
From our store, it was Ciroc. It was different flavors of Ciroc, and then as you can see in the picture, there's some Remy there, there's some Courvoisier, I think there was a bottle of Hennessy, and then an entire case of Patron.
And so here's the problem with their heist. Who cares about a liquor store being shoplifted? That's not the dumb reason this makes Florida stories. The reason is where this is happening, Sunny Isle. This is one of those skinny, long islands that just follows the coastline, and it only has really one main road that goes through it, and all other roads that go off it are dead ends. And then there's a bridge on either side, so there's one way in and one way out. And so all the cops have to do if there's a crime reported on that island is block 2 bridges, and they can check for everyone going in and out of that town. And that's how they got caught. Like, there's a 0% chance that these people were going to get away with this crime solely because they did it on an island like this. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Stories is produced by Spring Rock. Follow me on Twitter at Florida Stories J. I'm James Parker, and this is Florida Stories. One thing no one ever told you about relationships is how many gifts are involved. There's always one coming up. If it's not Christmas, it's Valentine's, and there's an anniversary, then there's a birthday, then there's Mother's Day. And even if you're good at buying gifts, after a few years of this, you've run through all your good ideas, so what do? I have your answer. Symmetry Jewelry. Go to symmetryjewelry.com. You can't go cheap and get her something from the dollar store. And it's not enough to just spend a bunch of money. Give her $400 cash. Do you think she'd be happy with that? I know you're not a jewelry expert, but go to symmetryjewelry.com and click around. This isn't some retail chain jewelry store. This is a house of artists in New Orleans who handcraft one-of-a-kind pieces, and each piece is a little work of art. You suck at buying gifts, so the next time you have to buy a gift, get it right. Go to symmetryjewelry.com. Use promo code JAMES for 10% off right off the top. I get a little commission too. Your girl's happy. Everybody wins. Symmetryjewelers.com. Ladies, you're welcome.